Hello, 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 hello. We are back with the green, which means shadow work. But also, this will be the last official from like the main, and my dogs are obviously wanting to get in. This one, oh my god. Yeah, coming. Okay, so this will be the last of the official planned, prepared set that I had pre-planned before even starting recording. For the 5-day countdown to Christmas, I have something special in the works. Already half made-ish, so that's gonna be interesting. Obviously I'm not spoiling anything. You will see as we uncover that section of the advent calendar, but it's gonna be really Christmas themed. That's all I can say. Hope you will enjoy it. I'm personally excited. Also, thumbnails will look different, and yeah, actually I'm excited because it's gonna be like brand new, or at least different ways of tackling shadow work, going to a more happy, jolly, nurturing aspect of the whole thing. So we are going back to the Reborn Skull for today. Clarifying deck will be Inspired Neon. Oracle decks will be Path of Shadows. And to conclude, we will use the Shadow Work Oracle cards. So let me just put everything. And what you hear is my dogs drinking water. Hello, focus. Thank you. So here's your screenshot opportunity for today's tools. Hi, water signs. How are we doing? How is the countdown to Christmas? Today might, if I calculated stuff right, is the last day of the general planned countdown reads. Starting tomorrow, I'm diving closer. Oh, look at that! Lovey-dovey offer on the road for you. On the road again. So yeah, the special countdown to Christmas. Not spoiling anything, but I hope it's gonna be fun. I'm personally in the chair already, so it's gonna be funsies. I hope the shadow work wasn't too intense and too dramatically scary thus far. The Emperor and the Seven of Cups. I'm happy to see that you are making a decision, taking charge, taking control. Whatever your choices were, you definitely got the memo and are acting on it to cut some things off, so you have a clear view on the future situations ahead. Oh, I see we are still having a super fun with the devil. Temptations are hell of a drug, hella strong things to fight. So my heart goes out to you. I'm in the same boat. But we do have emotional fulfillment potentially. You having the upper ground against an unexpected situation on the horizon that may dismantle something or break down in pretty catastrophic ways. So be warned, be cautious, have a plan B, C, and D just in case. Hopefully it's a good tower that is breaking something, for instance toxicity or excess. like literally the tower breaking down the devil's influence. Maybe it can be that. Hopefully it's, oh, schnitzels. I'm not exactly fan of this. It's literally a breakup. It's literally a conflict and dissolution of a love situation, which is, I'm so freaking sorry for you guys. I don't know who is the target, the recipient, but my heart goes out to you. Especially just before the holidays, Christmas. But you are taking charge, taking action, being very, I wouldn't say mindful, but analytical over the situation. So that's good. Focusing on work, putting in the effort, the time, blood, sweat and tears, and fire. We never say the energy and the fire that we are putting into, although maybe efforts and sweat, yeah. Trust me, rambling. Stressing about work. So, for my water signs. This is going to be a 6-card spread. Surrender and see clearly. Oh. Need I say more? But, and the 10 of Wands, so be cautious of overburdening yourself. Last 2 cards, very positive. You are moving away and you're moving swiftly away into a safe, victorious space that I like. What is surfacing for release? Being sneaky, shady, lying, thieving, cheating, withholding something, and the Sun. So, are you pretending to be happy? Falsely happy? Fake happy? Faking happiness? Lying about happiness? Stealing happiness away in some capacity? Let me see, what is this about? What is the 7 of Swords about for my water signs? 7 of Wands being defensive, King of Swords being analytical, 3 of Cups. So you need to be very defensive in your circle of friends. That 7 of Swords might be someone else in your vicinity being false towards you, or maybe falsely happy for you. You still have the upper ground, you still have the very cold, calculated, tactician, logical mindset overview over the situation in your friend group. So I don't feel it's as drastic or as dramatic as the card naturally is by its sheer definition. Still, just be cautious and be very hyper vigilant, hyper aware. I don't say be paranoiac, just pay attention to red flags, to words, to tones of voice, to behaviors. If someone is overly cheerful, all the while posting against you, they might backstab you. Yeah, just be a little cautious. What illusion are you ready to see through? Partnership and collaboration. Completion. And the 2 of Pentacles, juggling something. So you are ready to see through the illusion of having to juggle something to see something be finalized and be brought to the finishing line. Since it's Pentacles, it's very heavily work related, very grounded, very materialistic, or potentially something that is needing a lot of your energy with the Two of Pentacles, like hobby and work. But work has a heavy influence in this thing. But collaboration can be also with friends. Interestingly, you have now three of Cups, your circle of friends, and Three of Pentacles, your circle at work. For instance, when I chat with my friend on Discord and he gives me ideas, that's, even though we are technically two, it's already a Three of Pentacles, since he's helping me, giving me ideas that I can complete this whole project. Normally it's 3 people on the card, but it can be 2 people collaborating on something. Or when I use Grok to help me create thumbnails and stuff like that, it's also a collaborative work with an outside energy. Whatever was stressing you with the Nine of Swords, oh sorry, I didn't show you the cards. Whatever was stressing you with the Nine of Swords is brought to justice, or justice will be implemented in your name, in your favor. So whatever this juggling act is that is related to collaboration, justice will be served. And you are ready to see through the illusion of whatever was causing you stress and worries. What wisdom is rising from your unconscious? Emotional bliss and fulfillment, and walking away. So maybe you are ready to walk away from something you thought you wanted, you were ready for, that would have been otherwise emotionally fulfilling, but your subconscious is nudging you, this is not, at this time, at this present time, in these present circumstances, the thing that you thought it was, or as satisfying as you thought it would be. It would bring more challenges and conflict, so you are deciding to walk away from this offer. And remember, the Ace of Cups is only an offer, it's a potentiality, it can fulfill you, it's there, but surrounding circumstances can affect the validity and the outcome, the potency, the effect, and all that stuff. If I can linger a little bit for a story, I had the Ace of Cups for a friend on X. I don't know if it was last year or earlier this year, but anyway, at some point he had the Ace of Cups and the Two of Cups. And he was having a lunch with a priest, not in a romantic capacity, just like, you know, having a chat with a priest about maybe joining a church or something. And the potentiality was there to have a mutual beneficial fulfilling thing, the priest having a new person in his church and my friend having a church to belong to. But eventually he didn't vibe that well with that priest and that church and that branch of the Christian religion. So it didn't work out, but the possibility was there, it was concrete. He had lunch, they had a chat, it was a good time, but some minor details didn't work exactly as he would have wished for or expected or dreamed of. So the Ace of Cups is a potential thing that is offered, but it's, again, energies are not limited or specified at the level with the human bias and the human 3D concrete things that we experience on a daily basis. So how can I say that in a more imagine spring water running, cascading in a river or something in the Alps or in the mountains. That's pure energy. And then the bottled water that you buy at the store is your concrete 3D defined materialized, crystallized opportunity of that higher source, of that higher emotional plentiful that the water spring in the mountains is. But a bottle is a fraction of the immensity of that source. The source is there, you can go yourself, or you can have the convenience of bottled water, but it's, again, it has the limitation of the water bottle, and it needs the water bottle to be given to you as a recipient. Hanged Man, making small, oh my Christ. I swear, teenage dogs are worse than teenage children. With the Hanged Man, you are aware that it's a sacrifice that you are making, or that you need to make, walking away from this potential emotionally fulfilling thing, but you are also considering the various aspects of this, and you are potentially at ease or like at peace with it. Maybe you need to make an offer elsewhere, or on another offer is coming on the job front and not so much on the emotional romantic level. You need to walk away from something that felt good, and that can be just how do I want to space this? So let's say you had you currently have one job that is fulfilling, but considering things from a different perspective, you need to, and you realized you need to get away from this thing in which you have invested a lot of emotion, because something else is en route for you that can bring more money and more stability, more 3D based security, with the Ace of Pentacles compared to the Ace of Cups. And you are ready to embrace that new player in the game, that new thing on your table, that new energy in your life. It might not be as emotionally fulfilling, although with the Knight of Cups it has lingering energies of that, maybe even more so than the Ace of Cups. So it's just replacing one thing by another that has a more concrete, impactful resonance in your life, that has perhaps a longer, like a longevity, but in English, longevity, long-lasting potential. How can you support your emotional body? By taking a fucking break. Sorry for my language, because you're overburdened. Look at past behaviors, look at past consequences, aftermath, not consequences, yes, but also results. That's what I'm looking for. At past results of, or payback of you having invested so much energy and time and effort with the Ten of Wands, like almost on the brink of a burnout, or if you reached burnout, that also is very valid, and especially worse. So consider all that you have put in terms of work, and what has it brought back to you in terms of stability and results, fulfillment, and how can you tweak changes to repair your soul and your heart and your spiritual body, but also be grounded and stable without overburdening, overstressing, and running or walking straight to a burnout. You need, the way you can support your emotional body is through deep reflection, analysis, contemplation, and see you putting in 10 wands, 10 times the effort, the energy, the resources, calories, and you're only getting 7 back. The 3 that are lost, are they worth their weight in gold for the 7 that you are getting back? You know, you need to ponder and consider those sort of technical things, but at the end it's your soul who is benefiting, and through your soul your physical body too. And I saw something. Okay, Judgment. So we have here the Queen of Pentacles, so definitely work related, comfort related, being the home. And we have the Queen of Wands too. So double work, but like I said, the effort and the energy you put into things, the bold, fiery, energetic exchange. And give me just a second. Sorry about that. I received a package from my friend from Norway, which is a 3D print of Zenflip, which is, oh, I'm so excited to open it. But anyway, back to you, water sign. We were in how can you support your emotional body, and we had both aspects of work twice. Wands, Pentacles, Pentacles, and in the middle of that we have the King of Pentacles and Judgment. So have a revival, of interpretation of how you see work, result, equation, chemistry. Like I said before, and this reinforces my message, the amount of pizzazz and passion and fire and fuego, might as well pop in a few French and Hungarian words, the amount of energy that you put in the work, is it bringing the equal amount in terms of physical concrete results? If not, you need to be more outwardly strategizing and planning to make it so that you have less energy wasted and just, floating in the ether or just wasted, and have a more bang for your buck, but more results for time, energy, effort invested into whatever you are working. And through you supporting your emotional body, your physical body will also be less tired, less exhausted, less stressed. So you are cutting down on your statistically, or the chances of you having heart problems, because stress is a huge factor for heart illnesses and situations. But also overall, stress is the predominant source for arthritis and inflammation. So the more you are actively, cognitively aware of how much you invest or spend and how much return you have, the better you can manage that stuff with a clear, concise, strategic point of view or strategic angle. The more you are effective, the more you are healing your soul, because you are reassuring it, and it organically feels instinctively things that you consciously may not be aware of. And as a repercussion of that, you are healing your physical body too. And that was so long-winded. I'm sorry, I just got lost in the zone. What is your soul trying to guide you towards? Safety. Which, going back to what I said here, maybe this was not, it's a want versus a need, and your soul knows what is best for you. And you are walking away from conflict. It can be small conflict, it can be big conflict, but it's conflict enough that it has a repercussion and a ripple effect in your energetic field, since it's appearing in the cards for you through me. What is water sign soul trying to? The Hermit and the Moon. Some things are hidden, and that might lead you to doubt situations and things. Thus, you need to go both internally inwards to seek the light, wisdom, and healing. And through that process, you can walk physically or emotionally away from conflict and fear and hidden things to move to a safe zone where you don't have to be on edge, where you don't have to be constantly doubting and looking over your shoulder and being in that constant stressful energy, fearful energy, where you have to rely on very low data, very small information to guide you in conflict situations or towards safety situations. I think that's pretty clear. What magic lies in your surrender? And we have the Chariot. When you let go of fear, of doubt, and you move into a safe zone, when you let go of something that you want versus what you need, you are going straight to victory. What popped to mind was unapologetic victory, like you don't giving fucks for free. And it's gonna be like a triple fast-paced, because we have the two fastest cards, admittedly the Knight of Swords too, but literally this is swift freaking action, communication, very fiery, very passionate, very clear goal, clear path, clear road ahead to victory, to getting what you want. And if you surrender something that you think you want, but your soul knows better, you get actually what you truly want, that you might not be aware of that you want. Come back here. And look at that. Wheel of Fortune. So again, if you abandon something that is causing conflict at any level in your life, in your soul space, energetic field, you are blessed with fast, swift delivery of good fortune, and potentially a crush from the past will reach out, communicate, offer you something. Even if it's just like a small communication, just like a hi, how are you sort of deal, it has a chance of moving to victory, of more communication with the Eight of Wands, of faster back and forth, but you need to let go of something prior to allow this to come at you and to fulfill you. Let's see what the oracles have. Boogeyman. Ooh, interesting. I haven't seen that card yet. Boogeyman. As life unfolds and shadow overpowers light, will my innocence be left untouched? And this can be, again, the devil, because it's so big, so overpowering, so scary. Going back to the moon card. Well, moon card. It's something that, because it's unclear and hidden, that hidden conflict might seem like a whole ass big boogeyman monster. But if you as life unfolds and shadow overpowers light, will my innocence be left untouched? But you have the power to walk away from that, to shed the light on that, to use your rational mind, your practical mind, your inner and outer practical and fiery approach to shed light on these situations with the guidance of the Hermit, to walk away from what is scary, unclear, doubtful, and causing useless conflict in your life, or that might threaten your childhood innocence, which could be your inner child, not just childhood trauma, which, if it is, my soul goes out to you. Something for my water signs, and I saw something flip up. Relentless craving. Addiction is a prison disguised as freedom. Consumed, eroding habits. What is this for you? What is this desire that cannot be quenched, that is always lingering craving, that you think is something you want, that your soul knows is an illusion that you need to dismantle in order to allow this more tangible good luck, feel good that has a longer lasting longevity potential in your life. Water signs, I apologize for the rude disruption a couple minutes ago. I hope this was insightful, entertaining, shedding some light and some clarity. And I don't know if I said it, but tomorrow we are starting the special Christmas countdown, so that's gonna be interesting and fun. I hope to see you there, and thank you for your presence thus far watching my videos. Thank you for encouraging me. I truly, deeply appreciate that. Love you. Stay peachy. Peace out.